Next question comes from Unique Syntax. Question is offensive player recruiting going to take a hit or improve with Stein? I think this is an interesting question because there's a couple different ways that you can look at it. Will Stein's a pretty young coach. He is an up-and-comer. He's someone that is kind of viewed as a creative mind, but look at where he's coming from. UTSA, not the biggest school, but he's from Texas, and that's one of the three most talented states in the country. And that's going to help raise his floor, his recruiting floor, and ultimately help raise his ceiling, I think, as well. And then if you add in all of those connections and the strong body of work that he already has, if you add to that a strong first season with Oregon, I think Oregon's going to be looking like an even more appealing destination for some top offensive players. It already is at wide receiver. I think that quarterback is going to be a position that we have to continue monitoring and seeing what happens on the recruiting trail. Running backs are going to keep coming to Oregon as long as Carlos Lachlan. I mean, even if Carlos Lachlan weren't at Oregon, I think they'd be able to attract some pretty big names at running back. But we know what Carlos Lachlan says. He's an elite relationship builder. He's going after some massive names here in the 2024 class, like Nate Frazier, who I've talked a lot about out of modern day. We saw Dejon Riggs out of St. John's in Washington, D.C. He was on campus recently. But I think that you look at the history with Oregon, the big-time offenses are still very much associated with Oregon, and that was the most recent thing that recruits are looking at after the 2022 season is having that elite offense. They didn't really have those elite offenses under Mario Cristobal, at least not well-rounded elite offenses. So there's already so much that is in your favor just being at Oregon. I think if Will Stein has a strong year, it's only going to help him because let's face it, I feel like I'm not saying that it's a guarantee that good players are going to want to come to Oregon, but I feel like he already has so much going for him just by being at Oregon. So I definitely don't think that the quality of offensive players coming to Oregon is going to take a hit at all. I'd say it's probably going to stay at where it's been, or if anything, if nothing else, continue to improve, continue to ascend, because Oregon has developed themselves into a legitimate recruiting power. We've heard coaches say it so many times, we can go into any living room in the country and people know what that O means. People know what that O stands for. And, the history that comes with it, the Nike brand that comes with it. So I like the question, but I definitely think that it's going to at least stay the same or improve under Will Stein, the offensive player recruiting that is being asked about here.